No, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a girl that can't get no love.
Welcome to our channel. I'm Kaylee. I'm Kellie. Alright, so today we're going to, I guess, kind of do like a reaction video / discussion, if you want to call it that, about the Avengers Endgame movie. Okay, so before I get into this, if you have not watched it yet and you do not want it to be spoiled,
spoiler alert,
do not watch this until you've seen it. If you haven't seen it and you're just curious to know what happens before you see it, like I am sometimes, I mean, you can go ahead and watch it if you want. If you have seen it, please tell me your thoughts on this movie.
Let's have a discussion in the
I was
comments.
depressed for like the whole day after watching this movie.
So is Nate. Nate's going to be very upset that we're doing this video without him.
So, obviously, this movie has been, like, built up over, I think it's been, like, 17 Marvel movies, it feels like. Because you have the Iron Man movies, you have all 17,000 of the fucking Captain America movies, I feel, that has been out. You have the first Avengers movie, you have the second Avengers movie, you have all the Thor movies, and then, like, Thor Ragnarok, the Endgame, Black Panther, and then the last two Avengers movies kind of all coincide together. Okay? Mm-hmm. She's only ever seen...
I've only seen the first Avengers and the Endgame.
I've seen all of them, except for the Doctor Strange movie. I need to watch that. First big thing. The Hulk wears shirts now. Like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
He looks so good,
How are you gonna mainstream the Hulk? How?
But he looks so good.
The Jolly Green Giant,
yeah,
really?
He did.
Should be on a can of green beans.
He should.
Hell no. Like, the entire movie was pretty sad. Like, from the beginning...
It, honestly, like...
to the end was sad.
When me and Nate went and watched it, the entire row of girls behind us, pretty much the entire theater was crying. But the entire row of girls behind us were sobbing. I mean, you could hear them.
And, you know, there's only been ever a couple of movies that have, like, made me cry.
Yeah.
Like, made me full-on sob.
I will say, it was very sad.
And, like, because, you know, it's just an ending of an era, almost. Stop. Because you have all these characters that we've got familiar with, and now the bitches want to retire. Like, they don't have a job to do, which is to entertain us in the future, because they're so good at what they do. You know? Mm-hmm. And I take that back. I love all of them with all my heart, and I understand they are not the characters. They just play a part, and the real person is not the character. You know?
Yeah.
I get that. But it is so sad that they killed off Iron Man. It is so sad. Like, I want to cry about it right now. I want to cry about it because...
Isn't that how it went in the comic book?
I don't know, because I've never actually read the comic books. I've only ever been invested in the movies.
Fake comic fan.
I'm a movie fan.
But that didn't come until after... What's her name? The Black Widow?
Yeah, Natalie. Natalie had to be fucking Natalie. And...
Her and Hawkeye were fighting over who's gonna die.
Kill themselves. Who was gonna kill themselves? Like, how is that not sad? All because, like, okay, so they found out that obviously Tony Stark, who's like one of the most genius men alive, can recreate a glove to put all 6 Infinity Stones in it to redo what Thanos did in the previous in Infinity War. So they made this idea and brought it to Tony about making a time machine.
To go back and get all 6 of the stones. To
go back in time at different places. And then they found out that there was going to be 3 stones in New York at the same time. So Tony is skeptical about it because, you know, it's 5 years after everyone has disappeared. Or at least, you know, some of the people who've disappeared.
And you only have a certain limited amount of
like
times to hop back. Or
exactly. Or you're not going to make it back.
Stuck.
Yeah. Just like any movie, if you fuck with the past, the future's not always going to be what it was when you first
The
was
butterfly
there.
effect.
So he was afraid. He's like, don't change anything past the 5 years mark, because, if you do that, I'm going to lose all my family. And it's the same with Hawkeye. He has a family now too. And that was, how are you going to, I'm sorry to sidetrack, but how are you going to start a movie with Hawkeye having
and
family
his
time,
family,
and then all of a sudden they
disappear.
poof. How are you going to do that? How?
So I guess you didn't like the beginning of the movie.
No. To be quite honest, I don't think I liked any of the movie. It was so sad. I mean, it was a good movie. It was just a very sad movie. And so
I have to say, I got goosebumps at the point when all of those time portals opened up and all of the Avengers started walking through the portals and everybody started showing up, and I was like, oh,
so obviously,
shit's about to go down.
In the movie, they successfully completed the mission. They got all 6 Infinity Stones, and it was sad though, because the Soul Stone, you have to give a soul to get the Soul Stone. So that's how Natalie died. Mm-hmm. She sacrificed herself to get the Soul Stone. Mm-hmm. And she was like, all I've ever wanted to do these past 5 years is get to this point. And she's like, I think my purpose is done. And she fucking flings herself off of a cliff. And
Hawkeye tries to catch her. He says, it's okay.
Yeah.
Tries to get him to let go.
Yeah, and he wouldn't. And then somehow it was let go. And it was just sad. Fucking sad. And so they get it. The Hulk puts the glove on and does his fingers, and everybody comes back. Well, at some point, Thanos finds out Nebula went back. Her channel synced with the old Nebula, like the past Nebula's channel.
That still works. Loves her father and works with her
past
father.
Thanos finds out about it because in the beginning of the movie, you see Thor just chop Thor's head off. I'm not,
smash his head.
Thanos, like, cuts it directly diagonal. This is great. Greatest thing ever. And then, speaking of Thor,
let's talk about his beer belly.
Let's talk about why he looks like a younger fucking Santa Claus. He looks like he should be on a Coke bottle. Somehow Thanos gets through the portal. And because of the past Nebula. And so they come back, or Thanos comes through and destroys the Avengers Tower thing. And he brings like his army of people through, and that's when the original Avengers are just fighting. Well, then all of a sudden, you see all these gold like little circles coming through the side of like the sky, and it's all of the Avengers coming back, like the Black Panther, Spider-Man. Somehow Pepper is like a blue wasp or some shit like that. The Wasp came back. Doctor Strange came back. His sidekick came back. It was great.
A lot of people came back.
And I kind of cried at that too because I was so happy. Like Groot came back.
Teenage Groot.
And
not only Groot.
Star-Lord came back. It was great. At the very end, Tony takes the glove with the 6 Infinity Stones, and he snaps it to make all of like Thanos and his people disappear. Well, what had happened was it caught him on fire and like
he wasn't
burned.
Strong enough.
It badly burned him.
That's why.
And then he had to die. And I think what got me the most is Iron Man and Spider-Man's just like bond with each other. It was like he was losing his father, and it was like the saddest thing I'd ever seen. And I'm sitting there,
their last moments together,
and I'm crying. I'm like bawling. I have like my tears coming down my face. I'm like, how the fuck can they do this? How? So the funeral scene comes, and they send some flowers and like Tony Stark's little heart thing where it was like proof that Tony Stark was alive or something like that. And that, of course, that made me bawl even more because it was just so real. And then, lo and behold, here comes fucking Nick Fury with his little eye patch. And Captain Marvel was there. Captain Marvel fought in the battle for a little bit, but she wasn't really in the movie.
Yeah, she wasn't really in the movie.
Which I was kind of surprised because, you know, they made all this hype about it and about her being in the Avengers movie, or at least some of the articles I've seen online about it. But she wasn't even in it that much.
She did say that because she's the only one that can
go
to all of the universes
at lightning speed.
At lightning speed, she not only was it happening in their universe, it was happening everywhere. So she was going and fighting other.
But I think it was pretty cool that when they did do the time hop, they were taken back to previous movies. Like Thor and Rocket went to Thor when his mom died in one of the Thor movies, and then
and he got to talk to his mom before she died.
Ant-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man went to the very first original Avengers movie. Nebula, Don Cheadle, I can't remember his character, I never can. But they were together and they were at, like in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I just thought that was cool where they got to time hop in different movies because it just shows that all of these movies were made for this one specific movie. And it makes me sad because it's coming to an end. So we don't have any more movies like that. I mean, I'm hoping so now that all of them are back, like the Black Panther and stuff. I hope they make a new movie because the first one was really good. I went to see this movie with the understanding that they were going to kill off Captain America because he had already said previous to the release date that this was the last time he was going to be Captain America. He was retiring. He was done. He didn't want to do it anymore. And I knew there was talks of Robert Downey Jr. not wanting to be Iron Man anymore because he said that he was just getting old and he deserves to. And he didn't want to be it anymore. But I thought he'd have at least one more. And then at the end when Steve got to go back and be with the love of his life, I thought that was great. I thought.
Came back old.
Yeah, they really did justice for him and good. And I'm pretty stoked that the Falcon is going to be maybe the new Captain America.
I don't think he'll be a Captain America.
Or at least like a version of it. I mean, I really want to, I should research it. I haven't researched it at all because sometimes I don't want to know. I want to be surprised when it comes out or be surprised when they make a new movie trailer because it gives me something to look forward to. Just like the Flash movie that's coming in 2020, hopefully. I don't want to be let down. I mean, it was a pretty good movie. And it kind of gave, hopefully, insights on having a new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And maybe Thor will be a permanent part of the Guardians. Maybe. We'll never know. Hopefully, we'll find out. Let us know your thoughts, of course, of the movie. Tell me other theories that you seem to think you have, and if you know any other Marvel movies coming out. I'm more of I used to be a DC fan. Like, I guess I still am, but I think I've become more of a...
Yeah, wasn't Batman your favorite?
He still is. I like the Batman movie. And I'm super stoked, by the way, about the new Joker movie. I just hope...
New Joker movie?
Yeah, it has Joaquin Phoenix in it. It plays off of the Joker that Heath Ledger played. Like, I follow Margot Robbie on Instagram, and she showed something...
She's still going to be Harley Quinn?
That looks like they're making a new Harley Quinn movie. But I'm not quite sure.
They're not going to be in the same movie?
I don't think so, no. Not from the previews that I've seen. It's just going to be about the Joker previous to before he became the Joker. Like, his past...
she's a part of that. Wasn't she a psychiatrist?
Yeah. I don't know. If you have the same thoughts as I do, let me know. If not, please tell me, like, how you feel about it. Maybe we could have to, talk about it. If you know about any other movies that are coming out, let me know. I'm always down to find movies to watch. Just like here in a little bit, we're going to watch the new Ted Bundy movie on Netflix and see if it's any good. Extremely wicked and vile or shockingly vile or something like that.
And we'll make a reaction video about that once we watch it.
For sure! And I'm super stoked about it. So, because I don't want to say I love, but I find it interesting to learn about serial killers and to watch things about serial killers and stuff like that.
To learn the inside of their brain, what makes them. Leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
Bye!